Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beaut Tea Told. It's your girl Britt, and today I have a great episode for y'all. Another hot juicy topic, of course. Listen, I'm going to explain why I am in this particular attire for this episode. First time, by the way. And oh, and of course, not gonna forget the fact that I have my faith journal, my handy dandy faith journal, to keep me on topic, because this one is a very important one, guys. I really want us to be a better us. You know, my motto of look good, feel good, do good. And what better way than with weight loss journey? I'm gonna explain my weight loss journey to you guys. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely frank. My journey is very unique, okay? So it started off with some craziness, and then fast forward to some more craziness, and then after a while, I finally got it on track, y'all. So I can't wait for y'all to be able to see what I'm talking about. So let's get right into it. So I am going to start with my very first failure, y'all. So it's funny looking back on it now, but when it was happening, it was crazy. So my cousin had been taking this product, and by no means am I advertising for this company or vouching for them, but my cousin was taking this product called Hydroxycut, and some of you guys may be familiar with it. You know, it's been around for quite some time. I don't know if it's even still around. I really don't care. I'm gonna explain why that is. My cousin had been using Hydroxycut. She had lost a ton of weight, y'all. And I mean, she was looking good. And I'm like, cuz, what is the secret? How was you able to do it? And so she told me it was as simple as Hydroxycut. No dieting, no exercise. She was simply taking this product. And that's how she was able to get into this nice looking figure that I was seeing before my very eyes. Bet. So it's funny because ironically at my job, my coworker was also looking for a way to be able to start, you know, losing weight and doing all this. So we decided to put it together, buy it through GMC. They were having a buy one, get one free special on it anyway. So I remember we bought the black bottles because I just was convinced that the Onyx was going to be like the top tier, top of the line. So I'm like, shoot, if I'm going to do this, let me go in, let me go hard. I buy it, right? I take it. Now, I wasn't really seeing the results. I took it for about a good solid week, y'all. Oh my God. Y'all will not believe what happened. So literally, I was at work. I'll never forget it. And I was like feeling like this creepy crawliness all over me. And when I tell you guys, I could feel it just rising up my body all the way to my face. And I just felt it just growing on my face. And I'm like, what is going on? I look in the mirror, y'all. I kid y'all not. I had broken out in hives. Now, mind you, I never had hives before. So I'm like, what is going on with my face? My face is like red, y'all. It's all blotchy. I have this raised skin and this all in patches. And I mean, I am looking hideous. And I'm showing y'all pictures so y'all can be able, I don't know which way I'm going to do it, but you know, it's going to be one of these angles. Y'all can be able to see it. Like, I looked horrendous. I drive myself to the hospital, y'all. So I end up getting hospitalized, and they asked me what had I been doing differently? What had I changed? Is there something I'm allergic to? At the time, I couldn't think of anything as far as food wise. Like, I had been eating normal foods and, you know, doing all of that. And then it finally hit me, even though I didn't quite understand the logic in it. I was like, well, wait, I had been taking this Hydroxycut, but I'm like, I've been taking it for a whole week. Like, why would it just now start to do this? They said, well, sometimes it may take a while to get into your bloodstream and really remain kind of, you know, in there for quite some time before your body is rejecting it. And that's exactly what happened, guys. My body was rejecting it. I don't know to this day what particular thing was in that darn Hydroxycut, but all I know, I broke out from head to toe in hives. It took a while for me to get back my skin. I started to actually worry that I was going to be in this permanent state with this. And it was in that moment, you guys, when I realized I can't shortcut this. I cannot shortcut this journey. It may have worked out for my cousin, and kudos to her, but this was not going to be my story. It was going to be, unfortunately, a little different. So I was going to have to do the work. So for a lot of you guys out there, listen, we cannot be trying to take the easy route when it comes to doing anything, whether it's weight loss, whether it's starting a business, whether it's trying to find the love of your life. You cannot shortcut that. You literally have to put in the work and do it. Simple as that. You got to do it. So, guys, that was I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. So that was June 8th, 2019 when that happened. Now, I will tell you guys, although that happened to me and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to shortcut, I'm going to do things the right way, it don't mean I did it right away. After that fiasco, I just got back to doing my regular 1-2, eating and drinking and doing whatever it is that I had been doing. Guys, for my girlfriend's wedding, it was July the 21st of 2019, so not too long after this happened, pretty much a month and a half later. Fly out to Vegas, beautiful wedding. Do not kill me, Lauren, for this. She my friend, so I know she ain't gonna mind me actually saying her name. Don't kill me for this, Lauren, but this is I know that this picture makes me look beautiful, and it was a beautiful wedding, beautiful everything. But listen, I had got the heaviest I had ever been, y'all. I was at 168 pounds. I was a nice little solid girl, because anybody that knows me knows that I pretty much was a small petite thing most of my middle school and high school days. I was between 117 and 120, never really going over 120. So always like a size 3-4 size. And I'm now up to 168 pounds, y'all. I'm pushing towards size double digits. Well, technically I was double digits. That was a size 10 dress that y'all see me in. But basically I was pushing towards 11, 12 size range for me. And I'm like, okay, Brittany, something's got to give, because I did not feel beautiful. Although, like I said, very beautiful event, very special occasion, but I did not feel beautiful. That was when I realized that I have got to make the change. Again, it doesn't mean that I made it immediately, y'all. So just say it. You know, sometimes we drag our feet a little bit. I have had a problem with procrastinating for quite some time, but this journey helped me to really get that in line and get that straightened for good, y'all. So what was the turning point for me to really shift this into high gear? It was at the most craziest turning point in my life, actually, you guys. It was in the midst of my marriage falling all the way apart. So mind y'all, I've kind of told y'all in previous, matter of fact, not kind of, I have told y'all in previous episodes how everything transpired with my now ex-husband. At the time I was married, there was another woman that was in the midst of, you know, everything going on, and there was an ongoing affair with that. And I wanting to get my husband back, basically. So in spring of 2020, yes, y'all, basically almost a year later, spring of 2020, I decide I really want to do this for real this time. So pandemic, y'all, this was literally right at the beginning of the pandemic is when I decided to make the change. This was also a lot of times where a lot of people were eating away their sorrows and stress and everything from, you know, the world pretty much shutting down. I decided to do the complete opposite, and I decided to be at home and start doing workouts. And you guys, I was doing workouts 4 to 5 times a week. I could not believe it. I still don't believe it to this day that I really stayed consistent and was doing it 4 to 5 times a week, y'all. Now, I'm not going to lie. My initial purpose was that I'm about to get my then husband's attention off of the other woman and back his eyes on me. So that was my pretty much premise of wanting to start my workout initially. I know it's dumb, but at the time it made a whole lot of sense, because let the right woman win, period. So anyways, y'all, it really was me deciding to do it under the wrong circumstances, but it was working. I was doing it. Whether I was tired, whether I was sleepy, whether I was exhausted, whether I was energized and wanted to do it, you know. Some days you want to do it, some days you don't. So what really was the motivation and inspiration for me to do it these 4 to 5 times a week, to be honest with y'all, it was the change of mindset. Our mind is the most powerful thing that we have, is the most powerful muscle we possess. And when you tap into that, there's nothing that can stop you. So literally, guys, when I decided to change my mindset, it was a game changer. In fact, to be honest with y'all, this is just a great, life and inspiration right there, because anything that you want to achieve in your life, whether it be business, whether it be education, whether it be weight loss journey, whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, it has to start with you making it up, making it set in your mind that I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to waver. I don't care what obstacles try to come my way. I am determined. I am set to put this in motion. Not only that, guys, I also journaled it. So by writing it down, a lot of times when you set your goals and you write them down, it keeps you accountable. So again, I would definitely recommend that as well. So for those who are really wanting to be serious this time and you are not about to wait until January 1st to do it, you can start right now. Nobody says you have to wait to the beginning of the year. Do it now. Make it up in your mind that no more excuses, no more waiting. It starts today. So guys, so once I made that, the steps that I took to be consistent also was research. So number one thing that I was doing, y'all, number one thing once I made up in my mind that I was going to do this is I researched into it. By researching, I found out, guys, that there's an 80-20 rule with this. So for a lot of you that are thinking about, oh, I'm just going to, exercise and then I'm going to lose this weight. That's only a small portion of, to be honest, that's the 20%. So the 20% is actually exercising. Believe it or not, 80% is when you are changing your diet. This was mind blowing for me because I'm like, oh, wow. Like I thought it was like a 50-50 split, or I thought more so that the exercise would be a higher number than actually dieting. But you really got to put these two components together. One cannot work without the other. You have to make this work together in unison. And when I tell you, your focus really needs to be on nutrition, and then you can be able to add in as well, which is the exercising. So guys, I changed my diet. It was as simple as that. Now, did I like it? Heck, I ain't like it. No, I didn't. It sucked real bad because I had to cut out my sweets, a lot of sweets. And I really don't have a real sweet tooth. But back then, I was eating your fried chickens. I was eating your pork chops. I was eating whatever I wanted. Ice cream was a big factor. I was making ice cream sandwiches, y'all, with cookies, baked cookies. Like, I'm a cookie monster. And to this day, I'm still a cookie monster. But I learned how to do it in moderation, y'all. So that was big, too, was when I realized that I could still be able to indulge in those, delicious, sweet moments. But I don't have to do it so much, so frequently. So I changed my diet, y'all. I mean, I'm eating veggie straws. I'm eating nutritional crackers with maybe a little bit of like dip or something like that. I'm doing carrots and ranch. I'm just really, truly being intentional about what I'm trying to do. The end goal is I have to lose this weight, period. And I did this by myself, y'all. So I think that's what makes my story so unique and different. I didn't have anybody. I didn't have an accountability partner. I didn't have a coach or trainer. I didn't have a nutritionist. I didn't have anything. All I did was I utilized Google, YouTube University, and some of it was just stuff that I already just knew. I knew I had to drink more water, y'all. When I tell y'all, when I started this, I hated water. Hated it with a passion. I never, ever, ever liked water. Even growing up as a kid, like I always would go to juice before water. But this is when I had to make the mindset shift in my mind. I have got to drink more water. So here's a tip that became very, very, very helpful for me, and I hope that it'll help somebody else as well, is that I was cutting up lemon slices and throwing it in my water, because that was the only way that I could still be able to give it like a little bit of zing, a little bit of flavor, and be able to just go, chucking them down. Because remember, you got to have I think it's 64 fluid ounces of water per day, and in order for me to drink it, because water is so plain, I had to do something. So I would add some lemon slices. Every now and again, I throw maybe some orange slices in there. Something that's going to give it some type of flavor so I could be able to get it through my throat. Okay? Something where I can get it down my throat. I needed it. I had to. And to this well, I won't say to this day, because now I pretty much can drink water without the lemons. But when I'm at a restaurant, it's still nice to throw those lemon and lime slices in there. Oh yeah, I was using limes too. Let's see what else, you guys. We are zipping through this. It's not as hard as you guys think. To be honest, I'm telling y'all, once y'all make up in your mind to do it and really stay consistent with it, the results will come. But let me not move too fast. So another thing I was doing was, when I was researching, I was saving videos. So I was getting a lot of workout videos, believe it or not, from social media. I was getting it primarily, probably like 90% of it, from Instagram. The other was from Facebook, and then every now and again I would find it on YouTube, like some different workouts that I like. But to be honest, guys, I was saving routines and just, making sure like, ooh, that look interesting, I'm gonna do that. Because my focus was not only losing weight, but I wanted to be able to tone up and get this fupa together, y'all. I had 2 kids. I didn't want it to look that way. And it's funny, the more that I got to researching more into this, and I'm not just researching it, y'all, I'm implementing these workouts because, believe it or not, I will sometimes get bored with the workout after a while, because I'm like, I want more of a challenge. I want more challenging things. And so I would look for more intensifying type of like routines or workouts or sets and do that. And actually, let me help the ones that are really in the beginning stages of everything, because I skipped a step. I did not go from 0 to 100 real quick. I did not go from being not happy with my weight to, oh, now I'm working out 45 times a week. Actually, when I really started to do this was when I was taking my boys to the basketball court / park every single day during the summertime. So I was still doing my workouts at home, but I was like, you know what? Let me start out by walking. So I would walk all the way around. I would just keep walking through the park until they're ready to leave. Just keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Tracking my steps on my watch, which y'all can't see because I covered it up. And this was a gifted watch. I started with a Fitbit first, like one of the ones that don't even have a like watch face. So I'm walking. I got bored with walking, and I was running around the park, running until they're ready to go home. Then after a while, that's when I started to really implement both. So not only am I doing that from time to time at the park, but I'm still working out at home. So y'all, I was doing a lot. I'm buying workout gear. I'm at Five Below, buying everything they got. I'm on Amazon, buying everything they got. I'm getting cute little gear and everything. Like, hey, I'm about to look cute doing it, because my hopes was that eventually I would get to such a good consistency that I could be able to set up a gym membership. Because anybody that knows me, anybody at all that knows me knows that I am very frugal with my money. I don't like to waste money. And so I knew that in these beginning stages was not the time for me to set up a gym membership. Now, my story is different. Everybody is not going to have the same story as me. For others, it may be easier to start off at the gym than it is to work out at home. You don't feel motivated enough to work out at home. I get it. Do whatever works for you, boo. It did not work for me, beauties and gents, okay? What I had to do was start off at home, get that consistency going, and then I could be able to join the gym membership, which I think it was like a year and a half later, at least over a year for sure, but I think a year and a half before I finally set up a gym membership where I was comfortable with knowing I would never ever be wasting my money, because I'm going to be in this gym getting my $10 worth. And yes, I said $10 because y'all know I'm cheap. So Planet Fitness has the $10 holla, and yes, that's what I did. Okay? So yes, guys, it was literally, once I realized that I had that consistency down packed to a T, that's when I realized that I was breaking the procrastination spirit. Because mind you guys, this was very challenging for me too, because here I am working out at home. Sometimes my then husband would see me work out and he would give me tips and he would work out with me and do those things, and we would be spending that quality time, and I'm thinking I'm getting closer to him coming back home and, leaving the other woman alone. And then it'd be times where he didn't come home, and I'm like, I'm not about to work out. He's not here to see it, so what's the point? But that was the whole thing. My mind started shifting when I stopped making it about him, when I stopped focusing on him and focused on me. The more I was doing it routinely, the more I realized, like, I'm not doing this for him. If he never leaves this other woman alone, guess what? I want to love what I see when I look in the mirror. Not only that, eventually, y'all, the more I'm doing this, my mind shift changes again. And I'm like, you know what? Even with me liking and loving what I see in the mirror, I also want to make sure that my new husband, because by this time, y'all, things have really changed where I was no longer interested in continuing this marriage. And I am the one that filed for divorce. You guys know this from my previous episode. But that's when I decided, like, my next husband, he's going to be proud to have me on his arm. He's not going to want to waver away. That looks is everything. But what I'm saying is that's going to be one of the special qualities I'm going to be able to bring to the table. Because what they always talk about, what you bring to the table, that's going to be one of the qualities I'm going to be able to bring to the table, is that my workout ethic is fierce. My workout ethic is fire. My workout ethic is, I'm not trying to let this body go. Okay, I want me to look good, but my man got to look good too. So that's always been a hope and an ambition of mine, is that my husband, my future husband, we're going to be able to work out together. We keep each other fit. We keep each other accountable. Because eventually, guys, it did help to be an accountability group. So what ended up happening is I didn't see the results right away from me working out, by the way. I didn't. I was just doing what I was supposed to do and doing it consistently. And others started to recognize and be like, girl, you losing weight. Like, you looking good. Are you losing weight? You looking real good. You done lost some weight. And that's when I decided to take a picture and compare and see. And they were right. It wasn't until I put that side-by-side picture together, y'all, that I really could be able to see the results, that I had been really doing the work. And it felt good. It felt so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. It was one of the proudest moments for me. It's like I did it. Because one thing that my procrastinating spirit, I would start something real strong and then I fall off. That's been a lot of times what I would do. That's why I think I struggled, in college with finally finishing, because I would start off strong and then I would fall off. Start off strong and then fall off. So this was not out of my character to do. But God can change things. And he changed me for the better. And during that time, again, when my marriage is falling to pieces, falling apart, God is building me up. And so I want to encourage somebody that you could do this. Not only can you do this for you, you don't know who else is blessing. Because one of my last things that I want to talk about is my influence. I didn't realize that I had influence, you guys. And what ended up happening is people, especially my coworkers, because they got to see that I was going through a lot emotionally and mentally, but I was putting that into my workout. And before they knew it, before their very eyes, I was transforming outward appearance and inward appearance. And they were asking me, what's the secret? How did you do it? Because you're going through all of this stress, but yet you're able to come out on top. What can you give me advice wise? And I say, once you make up that mindset, everything else will fall into place. And so, believe it or not, one of my coworkers / my manager at the time, she started doing the work, and it was a struggle for her too, because she had a girlfriend that she was working out with, and sometimes when the girlfriend didn't work out, she was like, sure, I'm not about to work out. So her workout was dependent on her partner. But then eventually she said, if I want to lose this weight, I got to do the work, and I can't be worried about what she's doing. And before she knew it, she was losing weight. I think by the time she realized, she had lost over 100 pounds, y'all. And to this day, she likes to tell me and credit me as the inspiration, as the physical inspiration that she got to see that it's possible. And so I just want to let y'all know it's possible. You can do it. You could do it. Your girl Britt did it. And I did it despite the odds. What should have took me out, what started to take me out, because I was losing unhealthy weight, whether it was a hydroxy cut. And then again, when I was going through my marital issues, I was losing unhealthy weight. But God was able to take my pain and put it into purpose. And my purpose was now, very much now, evident. You guys get to see it. There's so much transformation that took place. I'm just grateful and thankful for everything I went through, good, bad, and ugly, because it can now bless somebody else. Like I said, my story is not a cookie cutter type of story. I started off horrible with trying to shortcut it. I started off horrible with going through marital issues and dealing with, you know, affairs and everything and wanting to have the focus back on me. But eventually, through time, through consistency, through mindset, through transformation, it still became a beautiful story in the end, you guys. And I am proud to say that my weight loss journey, let me see, I was 168 at my highest. I got down to 133 pounds. And that's when I realized I got a little too skinny because I wanted to get to 145. I was able to do the research, find out how to build up that muscle mass in the right places. And beauty, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. And slim, you know, slim thick out here. So once I researched the right videos and got the muscle mass in the right places, I was able to go from 133 to a healthy and target weight of 145. And I think I'm at 148 right now, but that's okay. Cause like I said, my future man he ain't gonna be complaining. Okay. And I'm going to keep this up. You guys, now that was 2020, that was spring of 2020. It has been 4 years plus and I'm still going, and I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up, period. So again, I hope that this blesses somebody. I hope it encourages them. Again, your story may be different. Maybe you do need to seek an accountability partner. Maybe you do need to seek a trainer to keep you focused, or at least the initial process, and then you can feel comfortable to be able to let off the training wheels and do it on your own. Whatever works for you, I want you to do it. And I want you guys to let me know how it's working out. You know, feel free to DM me. Feel free to message me. Feel free to drop it in the comments, because we need to, as a community, encourage each other and continue to build each other up. Like I said, I want to start it where we're just helping one another. Like, we are bringing positive change. There's nothing but positive change on my channel, period. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, and for those who are new to my channel, you guys, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button right now. Do it. You won't regret it. Go back on a lot of my other episodes and just see how a lot of what I went through, a lot of my mistakes, a lot of what me and my guests have talked about will be able to be beneficial for you and bring that positive change that you're looking for. I hope this video helps somebody. I really do. I hope if it motivates you, inspires you to get started, if it is keeping you, you know, maybe some that have already started and watching my video just motivates them to want to continue on with the process and do the work. Do the work. You will not regret it. I promise you guys. You know what? Listen, believe it or not, this is the end of the video. But listen, forever I am grateful and thankful for every subscriber, for every viewer, for every listener. Every time you guys tune in, whether you are liking my video, whether you're commenting, whether you are sharing, subscribing, I am forever and eternally grateful. And listen, this will not be the last time. So you guys, y'all know I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And of course, until next time, let's make a change.